Let me know if y'all see it.
Yeah, we got it.
You got it, Miss Woodward?
It's something happened, but then like it doesn't show up.
It should. There should have been a look under the lower left-hand corner, or pull you or minimize your window, and see if there's something that says accept. There's supposed to be a thing that comes in that say accept. I'll send it again. Look for it. Did it come through?
No. Usually it comes through really like quick.
Minimize your screen and see if it's hiding behind a window. It might be hiding behind an app you got open or something. Like it usually blinks in the lower left-hand corner or the bottom.
Yeah. And I mean, it shows. Let's see if it will. No.
Okay, I'm going to take you out, X out, and I'll bring you back in and do it over. That's the only way I know to do it.
Okay.
X out. She's got to X out. There she. Okay, look for it, Miss Woodward. It should come in now automatically, or should ask you if you want to accept.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
So I'm going to look over it again. There's a Unit 1 test, Unit 2 test broken up into two. Unit 3 test, which is 7 and 8. That's the autopilot. That's the one that everybody's working on themselves. And then there's Unit 4, which is this test, and then final exam. And everything's due on the 3rd except for the final exam. And you can start on that now if you want to. So that way, you can finish whenever you want to. But I'm going to stay here. I'm in here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'll be in here teaching the 9 o'clock class. So y'all can come in at 11 o'clock if you want to. I'll open it up, and if y'all will come in, Miss Woodward, if you got questions, you text me to tell me you want to Skype in, and we'll go over questions. But I'm going to think that this week is it. I don't know if you need me next week or not, so I'll be in here. Okay? So I don't want anybody thinking that nothing's due except what's on here, and you can work on it on your own, and you can come in with questions. I'll be here. All right. All that's done. Let's move. I want to do one more thing while y'all are watching, and I'm going to go to the grade book, and I'm going to check the weights, get that out of the way, and make sure everything is weighted correctly. On the test, 100 points. That's good. And on the homework, as soon as I can pull it up, homework should be 100 points also. Yep. So everything's right on your grade book. So whenever you get a grade after you've done those 6 tests and all the homework, whatever it says, that's what you got. And all I'm going to do is look at the grade book. It's going to say 82, and I'm going to put a B in Tri-County Tech records. If it says 75, I'm going to put a C. If it says 89.8, well, I'm going to give you an A. All right, anything over 0.45 is an A. But it's going to round up. I do not do any kind of extra credit because I've given you all that. If you've got an 89.8 and you've only taken the last test once and you've taken the final once, then what do you need to do to make that 89.8 a 90? You need to go back and take another test. Okay, so that's what it's there for. All right, so with that being said, let's look at the homework questions that y'all sent. And this is 11.2. Miss Callen's not even here. 11.2, number 13. First of all, is it a test question? I haven't seen this question, so, it's odds. Okay, so it's probably a test question. Let's look. Suppose multiple births make up about 8% of births per year in a certain region. The table below gives the number of births and the types of births, multiple births. Using this information, determine an estimate for the odds, what? Against a birth being a multiple birth in that year. Well, the first thing you got to do is, well, what's a multiple birth? Those are all multiple births. Wait a minute. I'm reading something wrong. Suppose.
Oh, you do 8 out of 100.
Well, why did they give you these? Okay, so.
I think I have to look this one up online.
Wait a minute. 8 out of 100. They give you they're not defined in the table below. Gives the number and type of multiple births in region for 1 year. Determine an estimate for the odds against. Okay, I guess we got to use the 8% because all these are multiple births. So we're going to use 8%. We're going to use 8 over 100. So suppose the multiple births make up 8 over 100. So that's success, right? I'm going with this with success. So just give me. So let me get where's my whiteboard? I'm sorry, I had to reboot the computer because the speakers wasn't working. So I've had to pull up everything. I'm sorry. Let's get the whiteboard up. And let's get this right there. Pull the question up. Sorry about this. There. All right, so there's 2 ways you can do this. You can take 8% of all of these births, but it still wouldn't be right because you wouldn't have a total. You got to know the total, so the only thing you can work with is the 8%. Because I don't know how they're getting that 23.2 unless that's the right answer. I don't know what 8. So the probability of success or the probability of multiple births is equal to 8 over 100. Therefore, the probability of failure or the probability of not multiple births is 92 over what? 100. So what is odds against? Probability of failure
Over success.
over the probability of what? Success. So that's 92 to 8. And I'm assuming that you can divide 2 or 4 into both. And 4 will go in there 2 times. That's it. 3. That's it. Okay. So this makes what? This has nothing to do with the problem. That is not a good question. To me, that is a tricky question. I mean, it tricked me. Why put all that information out there if you don't have a total? Now, they gave you a total. If they said out of 300,000 people or out of 300,000, then that would give you something to work with. But putting that they shouldn't even put that on the problem. That's ridiculous. Okay, I would not use that as a test question unless it pulls up accidentally. I would not use this as a test question. So Ms. Cowan deserves to have that one done because that's not a good question. I don't like questions like that. I'll shut up. All right, so that's that one. And I deleted all the other ones we did the other day. So this is 12.4, number 5. We might have done this one and I didn't delete it. I don't know. Okay. I don't think we did this one because I don't remember doing all of this, and which that's fine because this is a good one because it has everything. I'm going to do a spreadsheet because I'm doing a spreadsheet so I can get everything on the board. So that's easy for y'all to see. So I'm going to put my numbers in. They're already in order. So x is equal to 5, or n is equal to 5. And the x's are 2, 4, 7, 12, or 10, and 12. Okay, 2, 4, 7, 10, and 12. Okay, everybody got those? So now I'm going to go over here and I'm just going to type everything in. Mean, median, mode, range, mid-range. So mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. And the first thing I got to get is my mean. So I go ahead and hit summation, highlight those numbers, and divide by what? Divide by 5. Hit enter. Median. Well, what is 5? Odd or even?
Odd.
So that means I'm going to pick 7. I'm going to highlight 7. And that is my... And I'm going to highlight that so you can see that all I did was pick it out. The mode I really don't care about. There is none. Do not put 0. You'll have some smart aleck teacher mark it wrong. You put does not exist or put non-applicable. Put some kind of word in there. Do not put 0. Range. Highest minus the what? Lowest. Mid-range is equal to the highest plus the what? The lowest divided by 2. And the variance, here we go. You got to read the formula, x minus x bar, which means I'm going to take 2 and I'm going to subtract 7, and I'm going to hit F4 to lock it, and then copy it down. And I'm going to show you how to do this on your calculator also if you got a graphing calculator. And now I'm going to take x minus x bar and do what?
Square it.
Square it. Good job. Reading that dadgum formula. That's a good thing. Copy that down. And then what does the funky E mean?
Summation.
Add them all up. Darn, you said summation. I'm impressed. And that is your numerator for your what? Variance. And I'm going to divide by n minus 1. Get your calculators out. Let's see, 5 minus 1, what is that? 8?
4.
And then I bet the square root of 17 is 4.1. How much you want to bet? 17 raised to the 0.5 power. It's a miracle. And that's everything they're going to ask you for. Now, I tell y'all, and I've been telling y'all since the first 12.3 or 12. When you come to a question, do it all. And if you do it all, not to mention that you're raising the bar and you're not doing the status quo, you're actually getting practice doing all of them, and that's why I tell students to do that. All right, so that's that one. So I'm not going to remember all that stuff. Write it down and tell me what the answers are. when I type them in. So let me know, you got all that down? Okay, Easley's not going to talk to me. Oh, you got it?
Sorry,
Okay.
I don't have it down yet. Hold on.
Oh, you don't have it down yet? Okay.
Give me a minute.
Darn, I had a pack of peanuts in my pocket and I forgot about it. Been sitting here hungry and had a pack of peanuts in my pocket. Wish I had a Coke to put them in. I saw a
Alright, I
thing on
got
Facebook that says, have y'all tried this? And it's Coke and peanuts and Coke. And I'm like, tried this? It's not new. It's been around for 100 years.
My grandpa said it's the best thing in the world.
It is. But you don't put them in Pepsi and you don't put them in RC. You got to put them in Coke because it don't taste good. Put them in Pepsi or RC. Now, moon pie and RC go together too. But you can't, moon pie and Coke. What goes with Pepsi? Maybe a trash can.
Fudge round.
What?
Fudge round.
What did he say? Fudge rounds?
Yes.
Oh, that's with Little Debbie's.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you what, ain't nothing better than an ice cold Pepsi and a fudge round.
I think ice cold milk will be better than Pepsi with a fudge round.
I would tell you what,
My mom's favorite.
you know what else is good? Dr. Pepper and peanut M&Ms.
My mom's favorite combination is RC Cola and a moon pie.
I'd rather have Coke and rum. But anyway, no, I'm a bourbon guy, so I really don't.
Yeah, I was about to say rum. You don't look like a rum guy.
No, I'm not. Oh, I don't look like a rum guy. I look like a bourbon guy.
Well, you're a Marine. Marines aren't really.
Yeah, that's the cheapest way to get drunk. That was the cheapest way to get drunk on base. Boilermakers. You get the Beast, you know, Milwaukee's best. You get the Beast, pour a glass, and you put a shot in it. That's the cheapest way to get drunk. And you don't eat lunch on Friday.
There you go.
Dang, I'll tell you what. All right, so there's the answers. Let's see if we got it right. The mean is 7. What was the standard deviation?
That was it.
That was it?
It was just
4.1.
The mean is 21.
it's after they multiply. Yeah, it was only after.
Oh, I'm not doing all that. Okay, y'all can do that. I'm not doing all that. All right?
I answered it.
Okay, so the mean, the standard deviation. I'm not going to ask you to multiply the mean by 3. I'm not going to do that. All I want y'all to do is to be able to do that. Okay? I'm not going to ask you to do 15,000 tricks after you found what you need. I'm not going to do that. So I don't want to waste time with this question. This is a dumb question. It's a good question, but when it starts asking you to jump through hoops, I don't think you need to do that. Okay? Next question. That's number 5. Number 7. Number 7, she worked it 5,000, 50,000 times, she said. Oh, my Lord. Really? They're giving you all those numbers?
And she had
Yeah. You still got to type them in. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do this by the Excel spreadsheet. But I need you to write all this down because I'm not gonna, you need to write them down and tell me the numbers. So, what I can do is I can minimize this and I can go over here and do it this way. There. Go ahead and write down those numbers. I'm gonna have to write them down as 2 separate ones. How many is this? Is this 25? Is it 25 days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25. Good gracious. N is equal to 25. And I'll go ahead and do the first set. I'm just going to type them in first. All right, so I'm going to let y'all work and I'll work. 32. Ain't no set. They shouldn't be giving y'all a problem like this. It's ridiculous. No more than 10 for a homework or a test question. This is ridiculous.
Problem was got like 13 questions on it.
What?
I said it's like one problem. It's got like 13.
And I bet they give you 15 problems, yeah. Data. All right, I hope I got those typed in right. I don't see no 3-digit numbers, so I got some of them typed in right. And then I'm going to go below that one. Do it again. This is not a test question. I wouldn't even give you one of these for a test question. I'm not going to give you more than 10 because that's pretty, all you need to know is the concept. You don't need to be able to do a marathon. I mean, that's ridiculous. All right, so I got them both typed in. I'm not going to worry about the mode because everybody in this room should be able to count and find the mode. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm only going to worry about the mean and the median and the variance and the standard deviation. Okay? So mean, median, variance, and standard deviation. All right, first we got to find our mean. So I'm going to make this big where y'all can see it. And summation. And I'm going to sum all these up. And divide by what? 25? So y'all should check y'all's when you get a chance to sit down and do all this. You should get 38. Okay, now the median. Well, 25, just find the 13th because 12 and 12 is 24. So 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm going to mark it with a highlighter. And that is our median. Now I'm sure there's a mode in there because I see repeating numbers, so I think you can handle that. Variance, x minus x bar. And that's going to be equal to 16 minus 38, F4. And I'm going to copy that down. And then square it. Equals this number raised to the second power. Copy that down. And add that up. And that's going to be your numerator. So equals this guy divided by 24. Enter. And now take the square root of that equals this number raised to the 0.5 power. Now I'm going to highlight this x minus x bar and everything over here like this. It's a trick I learned in the war. Control C, and I'm going to put it down here. Control V, and there's your numbers there. I don't know about the, let's see about the median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So yes, 37 also. Now, of course, let's look at the two. Let's say you got a mean of 38 and 36. So that's fairly close. But what about the standard deviation? What's the spread here? 13? What's the spread here? 9. So which one has closer data? The second set. Remember, highlight that 9.4. What does a smaller mean mean? What does a smaller standard deviation mean? It means it's tighter. It means the data is closer together. Write that down. A lower mean means that your data is closer. And that's probably what the question is going to ask. I wouldn't, but because that you don't need to know that for a entry level. What does it ask down here? Okay, we did the standard deviation. Part in D. What's the part in D? Well, we already decided which store had the greatest standard deviation. But if you wanted to graph these, let's graph them. Go back here, and I guess we'll graph this one. X. There's our points. Insert. Data points, or you can do a bar chart if you want to. And they already put, they want you to do they want you to do the classes. And I'm not going to do that with you because that's just too much. This is too much of a problem for a test. But, do they give you the classes? Let's see if they give you the classes. Yeah, they give you the classes, so you go through and you make a chart. Let me make a chart with this, and I'll show you how to do the histogram. So I'm just going to call this, good gracious, that's a lot of work. Okay, I'm just going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. That's ridiculous. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. That's dang old half an alphabet. All right, 1, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 2, 0, 2, 1, 1. Now highlight that, and instead of A, you would put 15 to 19. But on a chart, it doesn't matter what you have there. And highlight that. Now go to Insert and do a bar chart. And I'm going to go, let me do this. That's what it looks like. Let me change that. I don't like that. Well, I was wanting to change it. Let me just delete it. Okay, let me go back and do it. I'm going to put a line with it. Insert. And there's one. That's what it looks like. That's what that one looks like. Now you got to do another one. So let's go down here and do marathon number 2. I'm just going to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. I still think that's ridiculous. Let me pull in the question. Where is it? Is that it right there? Let me pull in, make this small, go over here. 0, 0, 2, 6, 7, 6. Four and the rest zeros. And now we're going to highlight this one. Go to Insert. Go to Insert and go back up. Now we're going to put them side by side. I don't know if they're comparing them or not. They probably are. And mine won't move. Why won't it move? If y'all can't tell, I'm fixing to lose my patience with this problem. Y'all have every right to lose your patience with this problem. Which one looks like a bell curve? Of course, that one. I don't know what the questions are going to ask you, but this one has a little bit more natural design to it. This one's all what? It looks like a ping pong ball in a room full of mouse traps. It's all over the place. Okay? This one has some kind of what to it? Normal curve to it. Is that what you want? Yes. So whatever the rest of the question is asking, the second set of data is the best what? Data. So however they want you to do that, answer that, that's fine. Let's see, which one is the east? That's the first set. Okay, the mean for the east is blah, blah, blah. The standard deviation for the east is blah, blah, blah. And the standard deviation for the west is, we got that. These values, and I'm still looking for part D. They are, yes, because this looks a whole lot better than that. So, is this a test question? That would be a hell to the no. Okay? I didn't even know this question was on the homework. I'm sorry. One of these is okay for a homework question, but not two of them. That's ridiculous. Sorry about that. So, Miss Cowan, you justified in that one. That one's a pain. Nobody's saying anything. Y'all just, whatever. Okay, this is from your autopilot homework. 7.3, number 12. 7.3, number 12. Determine the quantity needed to replace the question mark. Okay? So, when you're dealing with levers, okay? And I didn't even know they had levers in this, but when you're dealing with levers, let me show you. You multiply the mass times the distance. Okay? Somewhere in here, it's going to tell you to do that. Okay? The mass times the distance. Let's see where they bring it in here. There it is. Mass times the distance. Or they call it the what? Weight. Weight times the distance equals weight times the distance. Everybody with me? Okay, I wanted to show you that because I thought it was going to show you mass. But this is how you do a lever. So mass times the distance equals mass times the distance. And what's the key word here? Equals. So 7 times 3 meters is equal to X times what? 600 centimeters. Oh, we got to change them. We got to change 600 to meters, or change 3 to centimeters. King Henry died, meters, liters, grams, drinking chocolate what? Milk. King Henry died drinking chocolate milk. We want to change 600 centimeters into blank meters, or change 3 meters into what? Blank centimeters. I don't care which one you do. What's the old saying about horses in midstream? You never change horses in what? Midstream. What does that mean? You've got 2 horses here. You've got centimeters and you've got meters. You need to pick one. I pick meters. So I'm going to change 600 centimeters into meters. 1, 2. So 600 centimeters, 1, 2, equals how many meters?
6.
So I'm going to change that to 6 meters times 6 meters. And you don't have to put the meters, I'm sorry. So 21 is equal to what? 6x. Divide by 6, divide by 6. So x, or mass, or weight, whatever you want to call it, has got to be 21. Somebody divide 21 by 6, you get dang old 1.5, or I'm sorry, 3.5. What is it? Let's 21 divided by 6. Is it 3.5?
3.5. Yes.
So the weight of this block is 3.5 grams. You would have got the same answer if you changed it to centimeters. If you changed the meters to centimeters, you would have got the same answer. That's a good test question. Let's type in the answer so we can feel good about ourselves. Okay, they changed it to 3,500. Why did they get 3,500? Am I messed up something or what?
They changed their.
They changed their, okay, they changed theirs to, let's see if we change, it should be the same answer. Hold on a second. Let's change it to, wait a minute, did they change, okay, 7 times, oh, I didn't see that. What's the blue? Kilograms, and this is grams. I didn't see that. This is kilograms. See? I didn't see that. I'm sorry. So let me start over. This is, change this to 7 grams. Okay, there we go. Now we just did a different problem. Okay, 7 grams, 3 meters. So this has to be 3.5 grams. Now I'm gonna do another problem. Okay. I hope y'all understood what I just did. So I don't want you to have to waste your problem. That's when grams and grams are together. But since grams and grams are not together, and since I see is kilograms, we got to get everything on one horse. So I'm going to change this to meters, and I'm going to change this to what? Grams. Now, you could change this to centimeters, and you could change this to grams, kilograms, if you wanted to. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to change kilograms to grams. King Henry died, meters, liters, grams, drinking chocolate milk. And I want to change 7 kilograms, 1, 2, 3. 7.0, 1, 2, 3. So that is 7.0. 6,000 grams. And I'm going to change 600 centimeters. 1, 2. 1, 2. Into 6 meters. Now we're ready to do it. Now that I saw that that blue box is kilograms. So, 7,000 times 3 is equal to X times 6. Divide, this is 21,000 divided by 6, and that's equal to 35 what? Is it 3,500?
Yeah.
My apologies on that. Of course, if you made that same error on the test and if you did the problem correctly and you just didn't see that like I did, I would of course give you credit if you did the problem correctly. Not seeing that kilogram, I didn't see it. I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but I didn't. Did y'all see it? Oh yeah, we saw it. You didn't see it, you were wrong. Yeah. All right, so let's type, that's 3,500, that's the answer. So that's a good question. I just apologize for not seeing the kilograms. So that's a good question. And it's not that difficult. So that's number 12. Let me delete that one. Number 12 again. So that was a couple of people asking that one. Let's do that one again. Let's see if it's the same one. It's same type. All right, y'all do this one. I'm going to let y'all take a minute or two. Y'all not doing too much work, or y'all already done it, or you just don't want to do it?
No, I forgot what you did, so I'm just trying to write it down.
All right, well, let's get everything the same. Let's get everything the same. So, do y'all want to change the grams to kilograms or the kilograms to grams? You want to change
Which
the
is
grams?
easier?
To grams.
Okay, so King Henry died, meters, liters, grams, drinking chocolate milk. And kilograms, 1, 2, 3. So 9.0, 1, 2, 3. So change this to 9,000 grams. Now, I'm going to change, why am I changing 400? Well, it's rob Peter to pay Paul. You can make 400 into a 4, but you're making 9 into 9,000. So it's really robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're really not making it easier, but you've got to change everything in terms of the other. So I could change the centimeters into meters, or the meters into centimeters. I'm going to change the centimeters into meters. So centimeters to meters. 1, 2. Okay, so that goes 1, 2. So 4 meters. So now I've redrawn my picture. And I've got 9,000 grams here. 2 meters between the fulcrum and the weight. 4 meters between the fulcrum and the weight. And I want to have grams. I don't know how many grams, so that's X grams. So now you just read from left to right. 9,000 times 2 is equal to, that's what a fulcrum is, it's equal to 4 times X. Now I'm not going to say you don't need a calculator, but you don't, because 2 times 9 is 18, and then bring your zeros down, is equal to 4X. Divide by 4. Now you know that 4 will go into 18 4 times. And then it's going to be left with 2,000. Well, you know that's going to be 5. So 45, 400, 4,500? Or 450? Which one is it?
4,500.
4,500. So X is equal to 4,500 what? Grams. If you wanted to change that to kilograms, grams, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Or X is equal to 4.5 kilograms. So those are 2 good problems. I wouldn't mind putting that on the test. I don't know if it's on there or not, but you can try it. If anybody don't know what that's called, this is called a lever and what? Fulcrum. If anybody's ever picked up something with a fence post or a lever, that's what a lever and fulcrum. There's been many times I've had to pick something up off the ground, like a tongue on a trailer or a tongue on a harrow or whatever, and I've had to take a fence post and put a cement block and take the fence post and pull it up. That's called a fulcrum and a lever. Dang old physics, dang old critical thinking. So let's type that in. And 4,500. So once you read the directions and you read the question like you're supposed to, not like your teacher did, you get the problem right. Okay? So that's a good question. Next, 8.2. I believe that's when we get into geometry, isn't it? It might be. I can't remember. Probably the puzzle, the angle puzzles is what I call them, but let's see. Number 8. Yep. Similar triangles. Similar triangles can be real simple, all right? All you have to do is make sure the top is equal to the top and the bottom is equal to the bottom. So if I set up a similar triangle, A over B is equal to A over B. I'm going to make sure that my verticals line up as well as my, well, technically C over D, because you can't put A over B is equal to D over C. You can't do that. You've got to make sure the same thing you use for A is the same on the other triangle that you use for C. So if I want to find B, let's say I want to find B. I don't know what it's asking for. I don't care. If I want to find B, then I'm going to say B is to 40. And then you go over to the other triangle and you pick the same thing. As what? As 28 is to what?
35.
35. And you got to make sure that since B is your bottom, that's your adjacent, I got to put 28 on top. I can't put 35 on top because 35 is the hypotenuse. That's the slant. So I can't mix them up. Don't change horses in midstream. You got to use the same thing. So that 28 goes here, and the 35 goes here. They go crisscross applesauce, as they say in kindergarten. solve 35b is equal to 28 times 40. Now that's not hard to do, people, because what's 28 times 10? 280. And 280 times 4 is 1120 or something like that. What is it? So 35b is equal to 1120. Check on the calculator, make sure we're right here at Anderson. And then somebody divide 35 into that. 35 will go into 112, dang old 4 times maybe, 3 times. I don't know. What is it?
32.
How much?
32.
So B is equal to 32. So you put that 32 up here. And now I want somebody to find this one right here. Find little a. I want you to do that one. Now, do you have to use the same as your neighbor? No. You got other numbers up there you can use. But you got to make sure whatever you use on one, you use on the other. Don't mix them up. So now I want to find A. Well, which side corresponds with the big A on the little triangle? What number? Good, 21. So let's say A is to 40 as what? 21 is to what? 35. Now, do I have to do that? No. I could have done A is to 32 as what?
21 is to 28.
Good job. 21 is to 28. Now let's do both of them and see if we get the same answer. So 35A is equal to, well, 40 times 20 is what? 800? Right? So that'd be 840. Somebody check me. What's 40 times 21?
That's it.
Huh?
It is 840.
Okay. Divide by 35. Somebody do that for me.
24.
A is equal to 24. Is that what y'all got easily?
Yes.
All right, now let's do it over here. 28A is equal to, well, 20 times 32 is 640. So 640 plus 32 is 672. Somebody check my math. Divide by 28. Do that in your calculator.
Same answer.
Oh, it's a miracle. It's the same answer. So A is equal to 24. Now notice, I didn't even look what the question was asking. Should you fill out all the pieces? Yes. If you want to raise the bar. And of course they did ask for them, so we did good. That, yes, is a test question. And you're going to use that in other math classes. Not to mention science, especially physics, if you ever take any physics. Next question. That was number 8. Delete. Number 8 again.
Hey, we're
Say
5
again.
minutes past.
Go ahead.
We're 5 minutes past.
Oh, well, we're done. Okay. I have no more questions. 9 o'clock Monday morning, or at 10 o'clock Monday morning, I will look on here and see if there's any questions sent. If I see questions, I'm going to call y'all in at 11 o'clock. If there's nobody in easily, and Miss Woodward don't contact me, and there's nobody here, I'll just sit in here and work on office stuff. Okay? It's up to y'all from here on out. Everybody with me? All right. Happy Thanksgiving, and if I see y'all, I see y'all. If I don't, I don't. Have a good day.
Oh, yes.
And I hope to see y'all in my other classes.
See you, Mr. Hubert.
See y'all.